Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope you're all doing fine. And today, I'm beginning a new story. It's a comedy in rubber. So, let's do this. One may hope, in spite of the metaphorists, to avoid the breath of the deadly Opus 3. One may, by great good fortune, succeed in blacking the eye of the basilisk. One may even dodge the attentions of Cerberus and Argus, but no man, alive or dead, can escape the gaze of the robber. New York is the Catholic city. There are many, of course, who go their ways, making money without turning the right or the left, but there is a tribe abroad, wonderfully composed, like the Martians, solely of ice and means of locomotion. These devotees of curiosity swarm like flies in a moment in a struggling, breathless circle about the scene of an unusual occurrence. If a workman opens a manhole, if a streetcar runs over a man from North Tarrytown, if a little boy drops an egg on his way home from the grocery, if a casual house or two drops into subway, if a lady loses a nickel through a hole in the Lysol thread, if the police drag a telephone and a racing chart forth from a Ibsen Society reading room, if Senator Depew of Mr. Chunk Connors walks out to take the air, if many of those incidents or accidents take place, you will see the mad, irresistible rush of the rubber tribe to the spot. The importance of the event does not count. They gaze with equal interest and absorption at a chorus girl or at a man painting a Liverpool sign. They will form as deep a cordon around a man without a clubfoot as they will around a bulky automobile. They have the furor, ruberandy, they are optical gluttons, feasting and fattening on the misfortunes of their fellow beings. They glod and pour and glare and squint and stare with their fishy eyes like Google-eyed perch at the hook baited with calamity. It would seem that Cupid would find these ocular vampires too cold game for his calorific shafts. But have we not yet to discover an immune, even among the protozoa? Yes, beautiful romance descended upon two of this tribe, and love came into their hearts as they crowded about the prostrate from a man who had been run over by a brewery wagon. William Pry was the first on the spot. He was an expert at such gatherings, with an expression of intense happiness on his features. He stood over the victim of the accident, listening to his groans as if to the sweetest music. When the crowd of spectators had swelled to a closely packed circle. William saw a violent commotion in the crowd opposite him. Men were hurled aside like ninepins, hurled by the impact of some moving body that clawed them like the rush of a tornado. With elbows, umbrella, hatpin, tongue, and fingernails doing their duty, Violent Seymour forced her way through the mob of onlookers to the first row. Strong man who even had been able to secure a seat on the 5:30 Harlem Express, staggering black like children as she buckled center. Two large lady spectators who had seen the Duke of Roxembourg married and had often blocked traffic on 23rd Street fell back into the second row with ripped shirtwaists when Violent had finished with them. William Pry loved her at first sight. The ambulance removed the unconscious agent of Cupid. William and Violet remained after the crowd had dispersed. They were true robbers. People who leave the scene of an accident with an ambulance have no genuine hydraulic. How cow hawk cow no idea cow hawk cowed hole in the cosmogony of their necks. The delicate, fine flavor of the affair is to be had only in the aftertaste. In gloating over the spot and in gazing fixedly in the houses opposite, in hovering there in a dream more exquisite than the opium eater's ecstasy. William Pry and Violet Seymour were connoisseurs in casualties. They knew how to extract full enjoyment from every incident. Presently, they looked at each other. Violet had a brown birthmark on her neck, as large as a silver $half. William fixed his eyes upon it. William Pry had inordinately both legs. Violet allowed her gaze to linger unswervingly upon them. Face to face they stood thus for moments, each staring at the other. Etiquette would not allow them to speak, but in the cowholic city, it is permitted to gaze without stint at the trees in the parks and at the physical blemishes of a fellow creature. At length, with a sigh they parted, but Cupid had been the driver of the brewery wagon, and the wheel that broke a leg united two fond hearts. The next meeting of the hero and heroine was in front of a board fence near Broadway. The day had been a disappointing one. There had been no fights on the street. Children had kept from under the wheels of the streetcars. Cripples and fat men in negligee shirts were scarce. Nobody seemed to be inclined to sleep on banana peels or fall down with heart disease. Even the sport from Kokomo IND, who claims to be a cousin of ex-Mayor Lowe and scatters nickels from a cab window, had not put in his appearance. There was nothing to stare at, and William Pry had premonitions of ennui. Alright, guys, we're gonna continue with this story and the last part tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. See you. Bye.